Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading with me, Mary. Oops. I'm going to do my usual and just let Spirit determine the number of cards, and we're going to ignore any reversals. We're just going to go with straight up readings or straight up meanings of the cards. Spirit, what does Gemini need to know for the full moon in Virgo, please? What does Gemini need to know for the full moon in Virgo? What is coming in for Gemini? All right. All right. These aren't in any special order. I just try to look at them to see if they make any kind of sense as a story. Okay, I just noticed justice has been every reading so far. And the moon was in the last one. But justice seems to be a theme right now, which I guess karma always is, right? Got the Hermit, Seven of Wands, Five of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. So I'm going to look to the Energy Oracle to see what the overall energy of your reading is. Spirit, what is the overall energy for Gemini's reading for the full moon in Virgo, please? Thank you, Spirit. What is the overall energy of this? Walking away. All right. Not what I was expecting, but too many choices. Sevens have to do with choices. Nines coming to... It's like not quite the end of something, but kind of... well, and not in a sad way. It's like you reaching the pinnacle of something. So there's a lot going on there. Okay, this... You know, I'm going to pause for a second because you don't need to see me thinking. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's a couple of things. Here, the Hermit is about solitude. And I feel like you're being asked to spend a little time with yourself because these are about knowledge and truth of some sort. You've got the Five of Swords, which is about some kind of discord or conflict of interest. There's something, well, you can see the struggle there. There's some kind of conflict. And Sword is about the mental body. So that's all an intellect thing. And the King of Swords, he's kind of got it all figured out. He's like he's a warrior, right? He's the king. He's the master of this, but it's about truth. So I'm feeling like this card is weird for me. What is that one about the Pentacles? I don't even think I have even glanced at that one yet. All right, so here's I guess where the balance is coming in. Okay, so if you hear stuff in the background, it's my cat. She's kind of doing the zoomy thing. This Seven of Wands is about defending something, and I'm thinking this Hermit card, maybe okay, we're still in the lockdown of COVID for many areas. Texas is snowbound and out of electricity and power. I mean, things are happening, and so perhaps you've spent quite some time alone. And in that time, maybe you've discovered some things in your higher self about your truth, right? So maybe something is in conflict with that. Maybe you have to come up with a new way of doing things, or a new something. There's something that's in conflict with that. But whatever you've come to terms with in your head, whatever you have decided is your truth, you're going to somehow have to defend. I don't know to who or why or to what, but you need to defend something here. And I think it's about defending your truth. And I think this Hermit card is I think this is you. I think this is where you have had the opportunity to spend time learning your truth. And yes, walking away, I'll look at that card in a minute, but I'm looking at that going, oh my God, you're walking away from something that didn't serve you well anymore. That's, maybe it took you a long time to admit. But here's your Nine of Pentacles, which is a beautiful card. This is the one where you have harmony. And Pentacles is the physical manifestation. It's wealth, it's comfort, it's your physical comforts, creature comforts, and it's abundance. And it's quite comfortable. So whatever this is, it's quite comfortable. And more than pleasant. It's very, very nice. And the Seven of Cups is your imagination. So you've got, and sometimes this can be stressor card because you have maybe so many choices that you can't make when it stresses you out. You go into overwhelm. That's this card. Justice lies just below that. Justice is about karma. And I feel like these cards here, this defending yourself and your truth. I don't know what this conflict is. I might pull some cards some more to see what that's about. But this karma thing is, justice is about balance and harmony and whatever you reap, you shall sow. It's that whole give and take sort of thing, which is about balance, and it's karma. So, I always say, too, your actions have consequences. So, and I feel like that's what this is. There's some sort of conflict here. Maybe this is you fighting with yourself. I'm getting a lot of you changing a lifestyle. A major, what has been possibly ingrained in you from most of your life, your upbringing, has somehow you've spent this time by yourself and you've come to terms with a different way of being. I think it's more than just thinking. I think it's a different way of being, because it looks like you are walking away from what once was. You have to defend that decision, but this is what awaits you, so it's okay. And this is what awaits you. Justice is going to make sure that you have this. The Seven of Cups is you've got so many options, too much to pick from. So much to pick from that it might be putting you in overwhelm. Let's look and see what that walking away card is about. Yeah, letting go, moving on. I feel like there's this card shows someone walking away from an existing situation. She's closing the gate behind her and walking away into a misty, unknown future. This card upright reveals that it could be time for you to make a similar decision. There may be something that you're finished with, perhaps a career, a goal, a relationship, or a long-term experience of any kind. This feels like old energy to me, this stuff. Old, that you need to let go of. Familiarity of the situation may be enticing, but you're now ready to look at your options, on the open road ahead, which is, maybe this is why this is so daunting. Maybe you're at the beginning of this new something for you. This card also indicates that now would be a good time to let go of an old habit, emotional pattern, or false belief. No matter how deeply ingrained a negative pattern you may be, you now have the power to release it and move on to a freer, healthier way of thinking and relating to yourself and others. Whether it's in the inner or outer world, this card is telling you that you have the readiness and resources to walk away from the old and move forward now. Yeah, I don't know what this is about. It could be, I get this is Hermit. I don't feel like this is a negative thing. It could be. I mean, sometimes people, I don't know, are hermits for not good reasons, but I don't get that. I think that this is the thing that allowed you the conclusion of this need for whatever change, this transformation is taking place. You've also got the moon here, which is about illusion. Oh, but right under that you have the sun. So the sun is about new beginnings, creative beginnings. So the moon, it goes with this stuff. It's this illusion. Oh, you can't do that. I get the sense that you're really going to move into something that is totally unfamiliar to you, but that you know in your heart is absolutely the who and how you want to be, but you haven't been before, and you may or may not get family and friends support. You may find yourself having to defend it. I don't know what this is about, and because you're going to be embarking on something that you haven't done before, it's going to feel like so many choices are open to you, and it's going to feel daunting and overwhelming. And that's okay, because you again, underneath this you have the Justice card, which is about whatever you put out there. If you remain true to yourself and you're nice to other folks and all of that, then things should basically work out okay, because what you reap you shall sow. And it's about harmony and balance. So you'll be able to talk about harmony and balance, because you've got the moon and the sun right next to each other. So you've got clear enlightenment, right? Creative, and like you can do brain surgery. The sun is so bright and it's so warm and it's so joyful. And then you have the moon, which is veiled in mystery. So you've got both opposites here. So you've got balance. It's weird balance, but it's balance. Harmony. Yeah, I feel like that's the Justice card. You've got the harmony there. So the Seven of Cups is you possibly being a little overwhelmed with how many choices you now have. And I don't know if this is something you've had to do. I don't know how the time is with this. I have a feeling that this is again ongoing. So this new you that's walking away from this old you, this old dogma of thinking. And I'm saying thinking because you've got swords and swords. And that's where the conflict is, and that's where the truth is. So I'm thinking it's about a thought or it's in the mental body somehow. And the Seven of Wands is you having to defend it, but you're defending it with the passion, because the Wands is like the passion, not a romantic passion, but a passion like the fire in your belly is the phrase that I keep coming back to. Something you feel very, very strongly about. A philosophy or a spiritual practice or a religion or a political thing. I mean, it's something you really feel very, very strongly about. And you're walking away from something else in order to be able to do this, which is going to, again, you're going to have this it's a little spooky, whatever you're going to, but this is what awaits you. I am gonna ask for some more cards. I haven't been with everyone else because it's been clear enough, but you got some powerful stuff happening here, you guys. Gemini, look at you. It's just amazing. I'm gonna see what happens. So, Spirit, can we please get some clarification for Gemini for this full moon in Virgo, please? Also, the energies that have been new moon, full moon the last couple of months, everything seems, it's all been kind of about transition, and I think that goes to the year too, because we're in 2021, and twos are about change. I think that that's part of it, but I think also it feels like whatever we do now is going to have long-term results or long-term effects, whether that's good or bad. So whatever seeds we plant now and this has been true for a couple of months, if we start with new habits, it's the same thing like the beginning of the year. People do their New Year's resolutions. They're going to change their life and lose 20 pounds and quit smoking. If those are the kinds of goals you have and you try to make changes instead of making that the goal, it's like make your lifestyle healthier, little changes at a time, they're going to have long-term effects. And I feel like that's true for everything. It's been transformative. All the readings have been about transformation. Doesn't matter what I ask. It's all been about transformation. Doesn't matter what deck I use either. It's almost all been about transformation. A couple of them had other issues, but it was mostly about transformation. Spirit, can we please get some clarification here for Gemini's full moon reading in Virgo, please? Okay. All right. Death and rebirth. Yeah, so that's about walking away. 6 of Wands. Judgment. And you had Justice down there. So and this is the Light Seers deck. So this is Judgment. It's about self-realization and understanding, a spiritual awakening, which is, I kept thinking, yes, it's somewhere along those lines. Knowing your motives and your heart to be true, loyal, total transparency, a glorious unveiling of spirit. This is you finding your new truth, whatever that is. And the 6 of Wands. I knew I wanted to read this for a reason, because I was like, yes, this is successful. This is a card of celebration. But I read it, and it's like, badass success. Oh, yeah, you're badass. Leadership, accomplishments, being seen, becoming an influencer, victory, optimism, inspiring others. It says here, and maybe here's where the 7 of Wands comes in, because these are both Wands, so maybe this is the defending you have to do, is say, yes, I am worthy of this success, and I am grateful that I'm seen. Spirit, for a goddess card. What goddess would you like to take along your path with you? What goddess? And again, whatever your truth is, whatever this is for you, it could be anything. It could be getting sober. It could be getting a divorce. It could be, partnering up with someone. It could be any number of things. It could be moving and changing careers. But this finding what's true for you, And following that path, you're going to have to defend some of those decisions. And it's just, people like to run your life. And that's, sometimes we have to say, it's my life, my decision. Thank you very much, but I need to do it my way. Okay, Spirit, what goddess would like to go along with Geminis for their full moon in Virgo reading? Oops. This was just a big clunky handful. I think Kuan Yin is the one that wants to go with you. Compassion. See, so this defending that you're going to do, you do with compassion. This walking away, you walk away with compassion. This death and rebirth, again, all about compassion. You don't have to leave an angry wake of hurt people behind you. Do everything you need to do with compassion. See, look at this beautiful being. She's not going to make anyone angry ever. Judgment. She's becoming her true self. She's enlightened. She's full of spirit. And again, this is what awaits you. How cool is that, right? There's like, you've got the pentacle in the tree. The tree is growing through the piano. She's sitting on a snail. There's just abundance in every level in this card. It seems peaceful and kind of joyous, and there's nature and calm. It's like joyful and calm at the same time, and I feel like that's the thing that you're really working toward. And again, I don't know if this turmoil, I don't know if this conflict is within you or if there's somebody else that you need to defend yourself. So this defending your truth, again, could be you simply coming to terms with whoever maybe this is just a spiritual awakening, but it feels dramatic, and a lot of them haven't felt dramatic lately. This feels dramatic. Because it does, I'm going to ask for yet another card for you, because this one sometimes offers a meditation with them, and I don't know if the card that we get will, but I'm going to ask anyway. Whoops, that one kind of wanted to jump out, didn't it? Deer of Delta. I also want to give you Wisdom of the Oracle. I just feel like you need to load up on your good juju for this journey. It feels... there's a heaviness to it in some ways, but it's not a sadness. It just feels like it is a lot of work, maybe. And maybe you've already done the majority of the work. But it feels, anytime you do a rebirth, a death and a rebirth, and you're walking away from something, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it feels like that. It feels like there's some work involved. And you may have to be tenacious about some stuff. Spirit, what do we have from the Wisdom Oracle for my Gemini people going through this transformation for full moon in Virgo? Do we have any Wisdom of the Oracle advice? There we go. Yeah, see a change in the wind. You got some changes happening here. Oh my God. Change, change, change. Deer of Delta, I'm going to read what that says. And this is from the Light of the Oracle. Or White Light Oracle, sorry. White Light Oracle. Deer of Delta. Nope, sorry guys, it doesn't. I thought it would have maybe a meditation or something, but it says, without any force, you can overcome even extreme negatives. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level because the real you is always empowered and protected in that light. That is, I think, what was going along with these. So it looks like this, you're opening up to your truth for you. Whatever that is. Your spiritual truth. Whew, that was a big one. Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please give me a thumbs up if you would be so kind, and subscribe, and yeah, look how beautiful this card is too. I think I was drawn to Tarot and Oracle just for the beautiful artwork. But you have quite a journey ahead of you here, so just be aware that there's going to be some conflict and some opportunities to defend yourself. When that happens, remember, do so with kindness and compassion, both for yourself and for whoever you might have to have a discussion with. Look at all this. Change, 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 change. Compassion. Too many options. Enlightenment. Change. That's amazing. It's just amazing how these cards all build on one another. Good luck to you. I hope it's an easier journey than it feels like to me. I just feel tired. It doesn't feel dramatic. I mean, it is. It doesn't feel painful. I just feel kind of tired. I look at this, I'm like, I kind of need a nap. That's the feeling I get from it. So you may feel a little tired with all this. And if this is your spiritual journey, a lot of times enlightenment can really kind of just wear you out. It truly can. So enjoy it as much as you possibly can. Relax when you get the opportunities. Don't forget to take care of yourself. And tune in next time. I usually do full and new moon for all the zodiac. It's fairly new for me, so I'm going to see how that goes. But please give me a thumbs up or leave a comment. That helps me determine what I can do to help others. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Bye.